Hello sailors, you're watching the Dodgy Kebab, and this is a video of the private World of Warcraft Cataclysm server, Atlantiss. Why two S's? Nobody knows, but the mental decisions don't end there. They also decided that running a 4.0.6 version of the game instead of a 4.3.4 was a good idea. On top of this, they also thought it would be a great plan to customise the client and make it one of the hardest installs in private server history. So, if you have the Cataclysm client already, tough shit, it's no good here. There is a mini client that you can download which says it will download the game as you play. Well, that didn't run for me and all I got was errors when I tried to run it. It also shows that you can download their custom executable file and switch it out with your version if you've already got the client already. That also didn't work for me, and fuck off Clippy! Finally, there is a BitTorrent version you can download, and once the download is finished, you are ready to go. But the error message that I kept getting determined that to be a lie. The actual way to get this going is thus: 1. Download the BitTorrent version from their website. 2. Download their executable file from their website and drop that into your main folder. 3. Also download their repair tool from their website. 4. Run the repair tool, then run their exe file, and then you can finally play. And so I did. I jumped right into this one-time server and got stuck into levelling a protection warrior. As I've said before, Cataclysm is not my favourite version of Warcraft. For me, it represents the start of the decline of the game. I felt that the actual RPG elements of the game were being removed. I loved games like this. And this. And this. Okay, maybe not that last one, but the RPG elements of this MMO RPG for me had gone, and the gameplay changes had tipped past tightening the game up to plain just dumbing it down. Yeah, Desolus was nicer, but compressing the stats rubbed me up the wrong way. Don't get me wrong, it's still a good game at this point, and nowhere near the ridiculous that came about with the Pandaria expansion. I did play the whole way through Cataclysm in retail, and raided endgame. Most of the feeling I spoke of, I gained in retrospect when looking at the series as a whole when I did decide to jack retail in. Despite this, a lot of people like Cataclysm, and I always get after my recommendation for a decent Cataclysm server, so I won't let my personal feelings get in the way of judging what's on offer here. So like I said, I got to work with my protection warrior, and things were looking up. Everything worked well, and I got an invite to a guild where I met some really cool people who made playing here a lot of fun. While playing in the early parts, I got mobbed by fans while fishing in Stormwind. Thanks guys. But where's the free gold? After playing a bit more, the work that the staff had done here started to become apparent. For a start, mobs would react to you, and here's an example: spellcasters would move away, then continue to cast spells at you while out of melee range. The trade skills NPCs actually had their lists in order, which I know sounds like a really stupid thing to highlight, but the amount of post-Wrath of the Lich King servers that balls that up is phenomenal. But the big one for me was the entire Hogger quest script worked perfect. So I think that wraps up the review right there. For more Dodgy Kebab videos, click on one of the annotations on the screen now, or... Okay, not everything was perfect, like I'm sure these mining nodes are out of place. And the server did have a fair few restarts, which led to some hilarious footage of me grasping my fishing rod like it was a massive wang. Okay, time for a few checks. Rare mobs in correct position? Check. Harvesters working correctly? Check. Dead Mines pre-quest script working? Check. Quest checker add-on included with the torrent to check that the quest that you're doing is working? Check. Well, everything seems to be in order so far, well, apart from fucking Dynamo over here, but moving on to actual dungeons, and things are still looking good. Scripts are all working, everything plays like it should, and unlike other post-Wrath of the Lich King servers I could mention, Wailing Caverns works all the way through, and you are able to complete it. So, after proving who I was, the staff granted me a separate test account, which was loaded with a level 80 and a level 85 character. So the first thing I did was jump straight into an heroic RDF group and started laying the smack down. I was impressed. The scripts were working good. Everything worked like it should. Well, almost. You know those whirlwind things that transport you from one area to another in that sort of cloud RDF dungeon? Well, I didn't click on one and I accidentally fell off. My mistake, I know. But once I fell down, I couldn't res out. And when I tried using the /reload, the resurrection box disappeared. Lucky for me, one of the group knew the repop command. And using that got me back in the game. Next thing I did was jump over to the level 80 character that I'd been given, and I started doing quests in Hyjal. Now, I've seen this place broken beyond belief, but here at Atlantiss it was totally a different story. From simple collection quests, to escort quests, even to the mount quests in the Firelands hatchery were working fine. It's very impressive stuff. This isn't limited to just Hyjal either. Almost every quest that I undertook anywhere in the game seemed to go off without a hitch, so it seems like the website is pretty accurate. You see, the Atlantiss WoW website has an interactive map of the game which gives you numbers on how many quests work in each area. When I saw it, I was a bit sceptical, but after playing for a while, I think it's actually pretty spot on. Sticking with the level 80 stuff for a bit longer, and I did a few more RDF groups to run through some dungeons and give them a test. Again, no real problems here either. While running through these RDF groups, I actually forgot I was on a private server. Things were retail quality and I couldn't even find things to fault them on. I did feel that things were going a bit too well for them. The quests here were working really well, the RDF was faultless, and then I saw that Wintergrass was selectable in the PvP menu. At no point did I expect this to actually work. I mean, there are plenty of Wrath of the Lich King servers that don't have it working. Why would a Cataclysm server bother with it when almost no one will be playing it? Wintergrasp only bloody worked. Sure, I expected no one else to be around, but the tanks were working and I could begin the assault. I can't believe they've gone to this level of getting things working. It's just mind-blowing. Okay, there's a few things that they need to bring up to scratch, like the pathfinding. That was pretty ropey. Also, a running theme while I was testing the server was crashes and restarts. There was a few while I was doing it, and if I was raiding I'd be pretty fed up. I was told by people in the know that this is only happening while their public test realm is up and they're testing their new 4.3.4 server. I was told that these crashes never happened before the public test realm was up, and that when the public test realm is shut down again, the crashes will be a thing of the past. But clearly I have to call it as I see it, and they did happen quite a bit while I played there, so I have to mention them in this review. So my final thoughts on this server are thus. Even with the server crashes, this is by far the best Cataclysm server I have played. Everything bar the pathfinding is so close to retail, it's amazing. I believe that the crashes will become a thing of the past very soon, and what you'll be left with is the most polished Cataclysm server around bar none. If you are looking for a Cataclysm server, this is it. I think I've made too much of a big deal about the interruptions because looking back, I managed to get loads of RDFs completed. I smashed through untold quests and I had brilliant time on this server, and the crashes were just like something like 2 in 3 days, and the server was straight back up every time. If you're holding out for a good Cataclysm server, join this one now. It's the best around and I really enjoyed my time here. Well, that's been 2 good reviews in a row now. Let me just check my notes to see if it might end up being a hat-trick. For more Dodgy Kebab videos, click on one of the annotations on the screen now, or follow me on social media like Twitter and Facebook, where I post behind the scenes footage and links to other videos that are not posted on the Dodgy Kebab main channel.